Teresa and Teda. I just wanted to recap what we talked about during our lesson today. A couple of things. We talked about bad, moon, rising, and maybe substituting a couple of bar chords and seeing how those sound. Bad, moon, rising is a D major, A major, and G major. And for the D chord, you can substitute a bar chord that'll kind of make it sound higher up. And so the bar D that you can use is barring the 2nd fret. So index finger goes all the way across the 2nd fret, all 4 strings. And then your pinky finger grabs the 5th fret of the A string. So you get 2, 2, 2, 5. And that's a D major chord. So you can kind of hear how that and this are the same chord, but the D bar chord has a higher, this note right here, instead of the one here that's on top. So you could throw D into the mix, the D bar chord, and get that high note. You can also play your A chord like this. So basically A also lives at the 4th fret. If you take your G chord, if you make a G chord and scoot it up 2 frets, so this is all happening on the 4th and 5th fret, you can ignore this string, leave this out for the moment. So a G chord at the 4th fret sounds like A. So you could throw that into the mix too. You could go D to the A chord to the G chord, like that. And if you wanted to throw both of those bar chords in, the D and the A, you can kind of get this sort of descending sounding chord progression. So you've got D, A, G, D. D, A, G, D. So yeah, those are some bar chord substitutions you can do. The other thing, let's see what else was on the list. The other thing that you can do that might be helpful practice is to switch from strumming to picking and back. Teresa, you said this was kind of where you wanted to come out and pick, where you all would take turns, kind of like who's in the forefront. So for picking, or just something that you can practice, I'll just hang out on a D chord for a minute. It's just to practice going from 1, 2, 3, 4 to like 1, 2, 3, 4, or feeling the strum and the pick in the same space. So what you might practice is going like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 or some sort of picking pattern that gives you the onbeat and the offbeat. So just spend a little time kind of feeling out the 4-beat space. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And match it to a picking pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you can see my picking hand. So here's my strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those still fit in the same amount of space, but they have a very different texture. So if that was something where you wanted to like pick during the chorus and strum during the verse or vice versa, just making sure that your pick and your strum kind of feel the space the same way. And we can kind of go into a little more detail about that next time. But yeah, that was just a little recap. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email me and get everything straightened out. It's good to see you both today. All right, have a good one.